The world of James Bond isn't just about high-stakes missions, fast cars, and deadly villains. It's also about unforgettable women who leave a lasting impression long after the credits roll. These iconic Bond girls are more than just stunning faces. They are bold, intelligent, mysterious, and often just as dangerous as the spies themselves. They've redefined glamour, power, and seduction across generations of cinema. Some are allies, some are enemies, and some blur the line in ways that keep audiences guessing. From classic elegance to modern strength, each one brings something unique to the Bond universe. They've shaped the identity of the franchise just as much as Bond himself. Their presence elevates every story, adding depth, emotion, and intrigue. These women are unforgettable, not just for their beauty, but for their charisma and impact. Get ready to revisit the most captivating and iconic Bond girls ever brought to life on screen. Dr. No, 1962. Ursula Andress as Honey Rider became the blueprint for every Bond girl that followed. Emerging from the sea in one of the most iconic scenes in cinematic history, she instantly captured global attention. Her character is independent, resourceful, and fearless, surviving on her own long before meeting Bond. The film itself introduced audiences to the world of James Bond, starring Sean Connery, and set the tone for the franchise. Honey Rider's presence added both allure and strength, making her more than just a love interest. She became a symbol of confidence and resilience. Her influence can still be seen in modern portrayals of Bond women. This role didn't just define a character, it created a legacy that continues to shape the franchise decades later. Goldfinger, 1964. Honor Blackman as Pussy Galore brought a bold and commanding presence to the Bond universe. Unlike previous portrayals, her character was strong-willed, intelligent, and not easily charmed by Bond. She leads an all-female flying circus and plays a crucial role in the plot, making her one of the most memorable characters in the franchise. The film, starring Sean Connery, is often considered one of the best Bond films ever made. Pussy Galore's dynamic personality and independence made her stand out. She challenged Bond rather than simply following him, adding depth to their interactions. Her character marked a shift toward more empowered female roles in the series. She remains one of the most iconic and influential Bond girls in cinematic history. The Spy Who Loved Me, 1977. Barbara Bach as Anya Amasova, also known as Agent XXX, redefined what it meant to be a Bond girl. She is not just a companion, but an equal to Bond, working as a Soviet agent with her own mission. The film, starring Roger Moore, showcases her intelligence, skill, and determination. Anya's character brings a sense of rivalry and mutual respect, creating a unique dynamic with Bond. She is capable, confident, and emotionally complex, making her one of the most well-rounded characters in the franchise. Her presence elevated the narrative, proving that Bond girls could be just as strong and important as the protagonist. She remains a fan favorite for her elegance and strength. Die Another Day, 2002. Halle Berry as Jinx brought modern energy and confidence to the Bond universe. Her entrance scene pays homage to Honey Rider, creating a nostalgic yet fresh moment. The film, starring Pierce Brosnan, features her as a skilled agent with her own mission. Jinx is fearless, capable, and independent, making her a standout character. Her chemistry with Bond adds excitement, while her action sequences showcase her strengths. She represents a new generation of Bond women, strong, self-reliant, and equal partners in the story. Her performance left a lasting impact on the franchise. Casino Royale, 2006. Eva Green as Vesper Lynd brought emotional depth and complexity to the Bond series. Her character is intelligent, mysterious, and deeply human, creating one of the most meaningful relationships in Bond's story. The film, starring Daniel Craig, redefined the franchise with a more grounded approach. Vesper's influence on Bond is profound, shaping his character in future films. Her vulnerability and strength make her unforgettable. She is not just a love interest, but a central figure in the narrative, adding emotional weight and depth to the story. Quantum of Solace, 2008. Olga Kurylenko as Camille Montez offered a different take on the Bond girl archetype. Driven by revenge, her character is focused, determined, and emotionally complex. The film continues the story from Casino Royale, with Daniel Craig returning as Bond. Camille's journey is independent of Bond's, making her unique. She is not defined by romance, but by her mission, adding depth to the narrative. Her strength and resilience make her a compelling character, showing a more modern and realistic portrayal of women in the franchise. Skyfall, 2012. Berenice Marlowe as Séverine brought mystery and elegance to the film. Her character is tragic and complex, caught in a dangerous world she cannot escape. The film, starring Daniel Craig, explores deeper emotional themes, and Séverine adds to its intensity. Her presence is brief but impactful, leaving a lasting impression. She represents the darker side of the Bond universe, where danger and vulnerability coexist. Her performance adds depth and emotion to the story. No Time to Die, 2021. Ana de Armas as Paloma delivered a refreshing and energetic performance. Despite limited screen time, she became an instant fan favorite with her charm, humor, and impressive action skills. The film, starring Daniel Craig, showcases a more modern and diverse portrayal of Bond women. Paloma is confident, capable, and memorable, proving that even brief appearances can leave a strong impact. Her character adds excitement and a sense of fun to the film, making her one of the standout Bond girls of recent years. GoldenEye, 1995. Famke Janssen as Xenia Onatopp delivered one of the most dangerous and unforgettable performances in Bond history. Unlike traditional Bond girls, she is a villain, deadly, seductive, and completely unpredictable. Her character thrives on danger, making every scene she appears in intense and thrilling. The film, starring Pierce Brosnan, marked a new era for the franchise. Xenia's unique personality and fearless attitude made her stand out. She brought a darker and more intense energy to the series, showing that Bond women could be just as lethal as any antagonist. Her performance remains iconic, adding a layer of complexity and excitement to the film. The World Is Not Enough, 1999. Sophie Marceau as Electra King offered a sophisticated and complex portrayal rarely seen in the franchise. Her character is elegant, intelligent, and manipulative, blurring the line between victim and villain. The film, starring Pierce Brosnan, explores deeper emotional themes, and Electra plays a central role in the narrative. Her layered personality and hidden motives make her one of the most intriguing characters in Bond history. She challenges Bond both emotionally and intellectually, creating a compelling dynamic. Her performance added depth to the story, proving that Bond girls could be multidimensional and central to the plot. The legacy of Bond girls continues to evolve with every generation, reflecting changing times and expectations. These iconic characters have gone beyond being mere companions, becoming central to the stories themselves. They bring strength, intelligence, and unforgettable charisma to the franchise.